off-road performance of this truck is completely different than anything else out in the marketplace.
Bill and I have been standing in here this whole time. We're still 12 inches on that wheel.
Yeah, you just noticed that, didn't you?
I did. I did. What is up, everybody? I'm here with Bill, the owner and the brains behind Globe Trekker. You guys have seen them on my channel before, but they've got a new product today, and we're going to get you guys all that information right now. Anything you want to add before we get started?
I want to say, hey, thanks for the credit, but I have a team behind me. I want to give them all the credit. Yeah.
Okay, you have a team. I forgot. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Well, Bill's going to be the face of Globe Trekker today.
Not a good one, but I'll be the face.
I mean, look at that. Look at that handsome face. Here we go. Aren't we? Where are we located right now?
We are right now at Overland Expo SoCal.
I know. I wanted to give them a shout out because they're pretty cool.
They are cool. I got the honor of just giving them video here a second ago. So
you just what?
Got to do a little interview with them. So
oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fun.
Your puppy dogs are missing Dad here.
Yeah, Ona and Walter. So yep.
Okay.
Yep. They're gonna whine while you get a little background. You saw this in production in the shop. You saw pieces of it. You came down, did a little video of it.
I did?
You didn't get to see the full thing. You did a little intro of the E-Series, a little teaser you did for us.
Oh, did I? I don't remember
yeah, you
this.
Did.
Okay.
You did. But this is it. So now it's
finally.
Here, right? Finally, right? So from August till now, we got this product launched. So we did pretty good. We got excited about this when we knocked it out.
Dude, this is yours.
This is my
literally yours.
This is the prototype. Prototype's typically mine.
And prototype's yours. Yep. And I want to say there's only like 3 on the road right now.
There's 3 in total, right, in production. Yep.
And by the time
another one here in the show with Overland Van Project.
OVP's got the 450. This is the 350.
This is the 450. I have 450 as well too. So he.
Oh, you have the 450 too?
We're almost the same truck. Yeah.
Almost the same, slightly different.
So he's doing some beautiful stuff with his own wheels. He's doing some other like details.
He's doing OVP stuff.
He's doing yeah. This truck, shout outs to Trail Ready, Buck Stop, You Join Off-Road Colorado, Justin and his team, Foundation Vehicles. This was a collaboration build.
I see them all.
Yeah.
I see Super Pacific on there. Yep. I've got Rome Rest.
So we actually worked with both sponsors and collaborators. And so we're actually building kind of this first prototype in conjunction with a lot of people.
Okay.
To kind of show the product, right? So in Flagstaff, this is a rooftop tent with the Super Pacific. It's going to be how.
Oh, you're doing all of it.
You're doing all of it. So it's going to be badass.
So I guess I have to put this out before the Flagstaff show. Is what you're telling me.
In August, this brainchild started at Loveland at the expo show down there. Happy hour conversations that we all just finally agreed and said, yes, we're going to do it. And
I've been waiting for a freaking E-Series box for ages.
Yeah, so you and I are in the same blood in that. I'm an E-Series fan. So I had an old 70 Chinook, C30, 4-wheel drive converted, right?
Don't age yourself too much, pal.
Yeah, did. Restored it, so it was a little older. But I love the van chassis. The nice thing about the van chassis, right, is that you have this whole Class C motorhome walk-through cab, right? Well, you can't do that with a zero torsion subframe if you're going to let the frame flex because the box is going to move. Right? And if you do marry it, well, it's going to break the truck.
Yep.
So what we did is we developed and patented a zero torsion subframe for the E-Series. And so if you can imagine, the cab is actually the front pivot, and we have 2 pivots in the rear. And so the truck does what it wants to do independent of the cab and the box. And so the cab and the box are married, but floating more or less above the frame rails. Why is that important, right? One is you get the big opening. You don't put any stresses into the box, but you get to have contact patch. You're not tricycling. The off-road performance of this truck is completely different than anything else out in the marketplace.
And if people are blind, they probably have seen that it is up right now. What is the lift on that it's sitting up on right now?
That is a 12-inch lift.
Okay.
We slept in the box last night.
The way that it, no, you did not.
Yes, we did.
Because you can.
Because you can. Because at the end of the day, the box is still somewhat level.
Yeah, it's not. Can we go to the back and maybe take a look?
Yeah. So we're a little bit on a hill right here.
So the bumper is at a massive,
yeah.
And you can see the box right underneath the tire there is only a few degree difference.
There's 22 degrees of rotational twist in this E-Series 158.
Okay.
22 degrees.
Okay.
That's to me, I got excited because that's Unimog-esque. That's the old school noodle frame, let the tires do its thing, right?
I mean, we also got to love the Chris Farley.
Oh yeah, Matt Foley.
Matt Foley. Yeah. I mean, we're gonna get his name right, Matt Foley.
Yeah, but read out my version.
My van can camp on the other side of the river. I like that. Zero torsion subframe is important on the E-Series Ford, and it's nice to have it on a Mercedes, But what is really the difference?
So each one of our systems is tuned for that truck. If you look at the Transit, you lift it up, it's a box section frame, there's 0 torsional twist in the frame to start with. A Sprinter's 0.7 degrees, and they tell you how they want to manage that 0.7 degrees.
Okay.
Because they got a couple springs, and so that's why we have a small subframe there, right? This right here is 22 degrees, and there's nothing in the Ford Builder book that has anything to talk about something like this, right? So we went through round and round with our team of engineers talking about stresses and loading and all that kind of stuff. Like a torsional subframe is also a torsional tube from front to rear. So it helps control that box and all of that torsional movement. We reinforce the cab, everything is reinforced. So the cab itself, even though it's the front pivot, it is the heart of the front location of the box. We'll go inside and look at it in a second.
Yeah, I guess we can go inside when it's like that. Who's got the box in the back? Whose is that?
This is a buck stop. So
it is
already
buck stop.
Yep.
So
that's our
buck stop bumpers, front and rear.
Front and rear.
How about the boxes?
These are globe checker storage boxes. So these mount.
So those are yours?
Those are ours. Mount to storage the subframe. So yeah, bolts
Can
right.
you? Are you able to open up the garage?
Yeah. Here, look. So look.
Oh, I was gonna say this. Guy.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna do both for you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So this bolts right to the subframe here.
Okay.
And it hangs underneath the subframe. So even though we have a subframe, we're actually hiding that up.
Yeah, and I mean, not that it's ugly without the boxes. I think the boxes are just necessary.
Necessary.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, look at this. There's all my tent stuff, right?
And that's not fully waterproof. It's water resistant inside that one?
No, we try to make it waterproof.
Okay.
Yeah. We're still going through gas.
Look at all that room.
Yeah. This is a queen garage, right?
Holy gamoly.
So if you look at, some of a shout out to GeoTrack, right? They do the garage bed kind of thing.
Yeah.
They've got a beautiful bulkhead, with the way they do the water tanks, the power.
Okay, so you brought up GeoTrack.
Yeah.
You make the boxes for them.
We are working with those now.
And you work with them, I should say.
Yep.
They order boxes from you.
Yep.
But theirs is on a Sprinter chassis.
Sprinter chassis.
Are they doing an E-Series?
They're not.
Okay.
Yep.
Other people are doing E-Series, but the GeoTrack is
Sprinters.
making theirs on theirs, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, it's the same box, just
It's a
on
different business model, right? They have the whole supply network of our service network of sprinters, and they take care of it.
And you can do it. I mean, if you get a box from you or
It's
from Foundation,
configurable, right?
it's configurable.
Yeah.
You don't have to have a garage, but you can.
Yeah. So we're B2B on the E-Series, okay?
Okay.
So there is no DIY.
Who can we order the?
Yeah. So we're adding our builder network. Right
Okay.
now, the two that we have is OVP. They're doing a full turnkey chassis, ready to go.
Yep.
And then we also have Foundation Vehicles, right? They're a big partner of ours, building boxes and chassis.
Yep.
And so they will integrate this onto your truck or bring the truck to them, and they will do everything.
So I could bring, if I bought a 450 Cutaway,
Yeah.
I could bring it to one of those, or I could bring it to Foundation, we'll say.
Yeah.
And then they'll put the box on for me.
They'll put the box on it.
Okay, cool.
Integrate it, assemble it, do the backup lights, cameras, or whatever you need.
Gotcha.
Do all that. Yep.
Okay, cool.
Do the full. We call it chassis integration.
What does the 0 torsion subframe and the box run me?
Yeah. So this truck, as it sits right now, just kind of like this is kind of the high end, right? This shell, you're looking at about 150, 160,000. Completely done. Everything as you see it here.
As you see it, with what do you have for suspension on this?
So this is the U-joint converted, 4-wheel drive, E-lockers, rad flow.
And that right there is 30 something.
Yeah.
So
So you buy the truck, you're like 40, 45 for the truck, fully loaded. You do the conversion, you do the box, you get the box assembled and integrated. Yeah, you're right in that one.
You have a go anywhere apocalypse truck that you can sleep in comfortably.
And the Godzilla's been awesome.
So, okay, the engine is the 6.7 gas.
7.3 gas.
Oh, wow,
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
7.3 gas.
Yeah.
Why?
Same as a Super Duty, right? So,
why, in your opinion, why is the gas better than the old diesels?
So I got a 6.7.
You have a 6.7 diesel.
I have a 6.7 diesel. This all personal preference, right? Some people love diesel, some people love gas. This has a 55-gallon gas tank.
Okay.
And I get about 8 to 9 miles to the gallon. So I get 500 miles of range out of this truck from the factory.
On a 55-gallon.
It kind of is okay, right? I mean,
That's all right.
That's what I get on my Super Duties, right? And I always say you got about 10 to 15% reduction in gas mileage in the gas versus the diesel. Well, if you're in California right now, you're paying twice as much for diesel as you are for anything else.
That's true too.
It's actually
this is true too. That's where we are right now.
That's where we are. So yeah.
That's where you don't live, but
Yeah.
How much did it cost you bringing it down here? Not cheap.
Yeah, well, let's not. I don't know. I just know I had 2 credit cards to fill up every time, right?
Let's do a step inside.
Yeah, let's go for it. Here, let me get rid of the show displays. Go for it.
So this is bare bones. We got no lights.
Yeah.
But you're building out.
Yeah.
You got a Rome rest topper right here.
Oh yeah. You know, buddies at Rome Rest, right? We got mounting pads, so we're using this. We're sleeping in it, right?
You're sleeping in it. You've been fine.
It's cold, it's cool, it's warm. I mean, it's totally great. So.
I'll even overlay the OVP. He's got a design for the 450 right now.
Oh, he's got 3 floor plans, I think. Right?
Yeah,
Ready to go.
And he's got a drop bed, the whole thing.
Motorcycle locker. I mean, all
and I think
crazy cool
the
stuff.
bed over here is like a convertible into another queen.
Yep. Yeah.
So he's
got
doing
a
a bunch
TV
of stuff.
wall that kind of folds down, right?
Yep.
Make this into queen bed.
So
we're going to add the Super Pacific with the pass-through access right through here.
And that's what you're doing. That's going to be
rad.
rad.
I mean, think about this. I'm going to be able to sleep 4, 5, maybe even 6 people in here. This makes out to a bed. This is the GeoTrex chair. Thank you, Mark, at GeoTrex, right? This folds out to a bed. So
another one of your collaborators?
Yep, another collaborator.
So my assumption is obviously the bathroom.
Yep.
Okay.
This is just a Thetford standard, right? Nothing crazy. Thetford shower pan. Thetford.
With that price you just said, does it come with the bathroom walls, or do you?
This is our material. This is our extrusion that you see here. So literally, you just
throw it in, and
foundation.
You put in a Thetford toilet.
We sell a garage kit, so you can put a garage bed.
Okay, cool.
You can do all that stuff. So foundation can do that for you as well too.
And what about the windows?
Yeah, so windows, we don't provide windows, right?
Right.
But windows are really customer preferences.
Okay.
And so, we do Arctic Turn. Foundation's got their own line now. I mean, pretty much any of the windows. Pariah Fab, OVP uses.
Doors too?
Yeah, same
thing with doors. Okay.
Yeah. So we're using Arctic Turn door here and foundation windows, right?
Sun is setting here in California right now. It's getting a little chilly. It's been beautiful all day, 70s all day today.
Yeah.
We're getting into the 60s right now. I don't feel this at all.
No.
Windows are open. You have an R value. The point of
this is an R11.
R11.
Yeah.
So it's an 1.5 inches.
Inch and a half.
Okay.
But you notice the interior of this is all PVC, vinyl, right?
So there's no thermal breaking.
So right. So what we've done is we patented this new extrusion, and it's an R7 by itself. It only takes 5 degrees of surface temperature change to pull moisture out of the air to stick. Between ambient air temperature and surface temperature,
okay,
5 degrees.
So like today it was hot. You were in the sun all day. This was beating down. Sun was beating on this thing all day.
No issues.
Nothing in here. It stays cool in here.
Yeah.
It's been a problem with vans.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, right. Because it's a metal box. It radiates, right?
Right.
And so this right here has got our patented extrusion with an R7, our R11 frame. This thing is the most energy efficient that you could probably get in a van, period, right? Mm-hmm. With this whole truck weighs 9,700 pounds.
Okay, that was another question I had.
Yeah.
9,700.
9,700 pounds.
And what's the payload capacity on it?
I have another
14.5?
so I have another 5,000-ish, over almost 6,000 pounds of payload capacity put in it. I'm not going to.
Right.
Because I'm an off-road overlander.
Yeah.
So I want to keep it lightweight and nimble. So my contact patch, that's why I don't have, big tires on here. I got 37s, but they're medium-duty truck tires.
Yep.
And that's all I need.
I want to say, I think Dustin was saying to me or other customers today, he was saying that his is going to be right around 11.
So he's going to use the whole capacity of his truck, right? By the time you add water, all that kind of stuff, he's going to push it up there a little bit, right?
Yeah.
So, he'll be up there. But he's got the new tires, right?
Yeah.
His Founders, right? He made some of his own wheels and stuff, beautiful wheels. So he's going to have a great...
It's different. It's
just different.
But you know what's funny? It's the same.
But he was planning to haul more. He's planning to use the payload capacity. Me, I went for the length.
Okay.
And the 350 versus the E350 versus E450, E350 you can only get a 35-gallon tank. So you only get a smaller gas tank, I think maybe 40 gallons. Like this is the van thing, right? I mean, right here.
Yeah, I'm going to turn around.
Yeah, turn around, come over.
Yeah, you sent over there. So this is the beauty we were talking about. You have now a cutaway.
Yeah.
And you've got now seating. It's so different. Oh, there's your U-joint 4x4 conversion.
Right.
This is so interesting because in the vans we sit up so high, but now it's nice and low. I kind of like it.
I love it. Nice. And I always love to give you. You heard it here first.
Yeah.
We are doing a Super Duty like this. When we patented the subframe, we patented it also for the medium duty trucks. Mm-hmm. So we're going to be doing a medium duty truck with this. Medium, like lighter duty. So this box and everything on a crew cab 350, zero torsion 3-point, big cab cutout.
Really? Interesting. I can't wait to see that.
Yeah.
Got a lot happening. So where I'm standing, I'm assuming the kitchen's going to be the galley.
Yeah, that's our galley kitchen. Yes, sir. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's simple for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Simple, easy. Gotta
And
love
look
it.
how much room we got.
I mean, I think dimensional. I think we're 7 foot inside.
84. Yeah.
84, and we're 7 foot across.
Yep.
And we are 7 foot high, 7
So
foot across.
that's a standard queen 60 by 80.
Yeah, what's front to back?
14-foot base right here. And
from the cab.
Yep.
To the back of the bed.
Yep.
14.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
A lot of room.
And so the overall height of this right now is at 10'9".
10.9 and 13.6 is legal. You got plenty of room.
Got plenty of room.
And
that's with all the lift, the ground clearance. I mean, this is a foot less than most F550s or Expedition trucks.
you now have a bunch of surface area for solar panels.
Yeah, everything.
Everything.
Yeah.
Flat roof.
Flat roof.
You get to have a ball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm going to plan to work with OVP. He does great with the walk-on solar and all that kind of stuff. So
He's
of
got
course
some
I'm
connections.
gonna nicely ask for some favors and see if I can get some stuff from him. Right?
I think he'll give you some.
Yeah.
He
But
has
I mean,
one-
overhead cabinets all the way around. I mean,
Okay.
It's just kind of like there's going to be so much storage space inside as well as outside.
Bill and I have been standing in here this whole time. We're still 12 inches on that wheel.
Yeah, you just noticed that, didn't you?
I did. I did.
You didn't even notice it's flat in here.
It's, it's pretty freaking flat. Like there's a little bit of a degree.
Yeah.
But it's not. You
Yeah.
can't really tell.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
So you can see it a little bit over here, but honestly, I'm assuming you and your wife have been
we slept
sleeping
ahead that.
that
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
Not a big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude,
It's almost like self-leveling.
It is kind of, yeah.
I mean, we put a marble on the floor, it's gonna roll. But
Yeah.
it's not that
Yeah,
bad.
no, it's not bad. Exactly. No, I between all the trucks and builds I've done over the, being an enthusiast in this industry, right? This is the one that's excited me the most for the variety of contact patch, tires touching the ground, payload capacity, lightweight. I mean, it just kind of like all of those boxes you check. I mean, this much space in here, I'm excited.
Give us all the information on where we can find you. We got Globe Checker, but
Yep.
you have a bunch of different places we can go.
Every customer is a different commercial process. And so we're always very focused on what's best for the customer. So to make it easy, just reach out to us. Go to our website, rvglobechecker.com, call me. Our phone numbers are there, info@rvglobechecker. Just reach out to us.
And then you can steer them where they need
We'll
to go.
steer where you need to go. Geography based, what your build output is, we can go from there.
Yeah. What your preferences are. Maybe
it.
someone wants a Sprinter. We want someone who wants E350 like we're in right now.
Yeah, exactly.
We don't know.
One thing we did do is when we did the Sprinter, the Transit, and the E-Series, we standardized the campers. So the storage boxes, the subframes vary, but the box lengths vary just a little bit, but they're all the same width.
Yeah.
They're all the same height, right? And so really, at the end of the day, it's kind of, for builders particularly, it's easy because whatever somebody's chassis they want, they can get whatever box on that chassis, and it's almost identical for the builder to build out.
Yeah, which, by the way, at the end of the video, let's go hop outside.
Yeah.
We'll just show you a video that we're going to do. You don't just do it on the van chassis. Right over there, you do it on your trucks.
We do it on everything.
Everything.
Yeah.
You can do medium size, full size, mid size, whatever you want.
We will work with the builder to actually engineer the system that works best for them.
And that's Rugged Mountain.
Rugged Mountain.
They're out of Idaho.
Yep.
And he's got a 5500 or what is that?
So Ram
Is that the
5500.
Yeah.
But this is the first composite camper with slide outs.
Yeah. We're going to do a whole
Yeah,
video
yeah.
on this, everybody. But as you can see, there's that rear right there slides out to the back, and then those sides are sliding out.
Triple slides.
It's a triple slider, and you got something else in the works that you're not going to tell me, but at least right now, or at least you won't tell the audience. I know.
Yeah.
You don't want to say what it is?
Not yet.
Okay, fine.
I already gave you one sniff.
Oh, come on. He's got another thing in the works. Actually, you have like 3 things in the works.
We have an engineering pipeline because we're an engineering company.
You
so
got a
we've got
bunch of stuff
lots
that's
of stuff in
happening,
the pipeline.
And we're going to have to stay tuned for more.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
check out rvglobechecker.com, everybody.
Thank you.
All right, buddy.
All right.